Hello, everybody. On tonight's episode of Backseat Quarterbacks, I'm joined by Darren. If everybody noticed, I don't know how many did. I did a special episode last night about the college football playoff with Benny, one of the OG Backseat Quarterbacks. And Greg, you better watch out. He's on your ass. He wants his spot back. So Benny was great on that episode. It came out as a Spotify and Apple podcast exclusive. We did not put that on YouTube because there's a lot of consumption of alcohol being done from the hours of midnight to 2 a.m. when we recorded that podcast last night. So we decided not to do the video podcast. I was flipping him off a lot, and he was flipping me off back when I was giving takes. So we chose to do that on just the audio exclusive. This will be on YouTube. Please subscribe. It means a lot to us. This is going to be an NFL podcast. The college football playoff has been decided, and we are not happy. So we are actually boycotting the bowl games just like Notre Dame is. And so with that being said, what a day of football. Week 14, glorious. A lot of money to be made and to be lost. Thankfully, I was on the former. I made some money because of the Packers. I said some things to Darren, my compadre here, that if Caleb Williams throws a pick on that last drive, I would do some things on this podcast that I would be ashamed of, and I am deciding to revoke those offers. However, we are watching the Chiefs live. It is the third quarter, and the Chiefs are down 10-3, and I have some bets out on the Texans. If the Texans can hold on to win, the things I said to Darren in that text message will come to fruition, and I will be making some calls, and we will see if that can happen live on the podcast. So we have to see the outcome of this game. Those listening will know the outcome. If the Texans end up holding on and winning, you have to listen to the end to see, and watch to the end to see if it happens. That is called a cliffhanger at the beginning and the end. Here is Darren. Here is Week 14. While we watch the end of the Chiefs and Texans game, third quarter, 5 minutes 30 to go. Whole quarter and a half. We're going to watch this whole game, baby. This is a good reaction game. Here is a happy, a jubilant, a joyous, a given mood, Santa Claus. Darren! How you doing?
I am ecstatic after this big win, number one in the NFC North. It was a fantastic day of football from start to finish today. So, I mean, we're blessed with a great Sunday night game that, it's not necessarily high scoring that, you love out of an exciting game, but it's an important game and it's super impactful. And yeah, no, I'm on cloud nine right now. I'm buzzing on life.
A day of football was had, a great day of football was had, and it follows up a great day of football from yesterday. And I was thinking, I showered right before I took this podcast. That's why I'm in a hat. Usually I blow dry my hair and pompadour it. So I did not do that. I look like a greaseball, but I did not do that for this podcast. I decided to throw the cap on. And I was thinking while I was showering, this is... That's trying just through a pic. Sorry. I was trying to react. I was like... when I was showering, I was thinking at halftime of this game, there's a lot of things. What's a fella? This is the weekend of a fella, right? I felt like a real guy. A scumbag. This was a scumbag weekend. I felt nasty in terms of like stinky. I didn't do much. It was a nasty weekend in terms of the weather. I know I did not smell that good. I showered. I put on deodorant. I had cologne on. But I know that I ate nasty, greasy food. My farts stank. I know that I couldn't have had that good of smelling like odor because of the foods that I was eating. It was a great weekend to be a fella. Is that how you felt watching college football yesterday and NFL today?
Yeah, no, I mean that's an accurate representation. I had a Christmas party to go to on Saturday or Friday night, and I ate some good food there. I also consumed some adult beverages, a handful, more than usual for me. More than usual for me.
Four finger pours.
Yeah, I was throwing them back, and you know what? I woke up on Saturday and I said, "Hey, it sounds like a great day to do it all again." Had a birthday party Saturday night. Same thing.
It was for a
drinking,
friend's newborn,
eating.
wasn't it? A friend's newborn, a friend's 1-year-old?
No, there was a pinata involved,
Oh,
but good
Quinceañera.
time. Good time. Lots of food, lots of beer, lots of drinks. Yeah. No, it's one of those weekends. This was a football weekend. This is a weekend that, you know, all day today, I barely left the house. I'll be honest with you. I had chips and salsa at like 11 a.m. when games started. And I'm like, this is going to be a great day. Great day. That was basically
When
all I
you
ate today.
when you break out the chips and sauce in the morning, you know you're a glutton, and you know it's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna
Mm-hmm.
you feel nasty at this hour,
Yeah.
like, you feel nasty now, but you feel good.
Yeah.
You
You
don't wanna
definitely
step on
feel
the scale.
gross. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you feel
feel
gross.
gross when you're like, I'm chips and salsa for the morning slate. I'm like, God, I can't even wait till the afternoon. I'm a pig.
Oh, I feel like a
God, dude,
sick
there's
pig. I'll tell you
those
this,
weekends.
I didn't wanna even go out today, and I got a text, and it was the Packers were winning, and I was feeling good about myself, and I was not gonna leave the house today. The Packers were winning, and it was halftime. I had a lot of money on the Packers, more than I'm comfortable actually betting at my point in life, and I said, "You know what? I'm going to Chili's." I go to Chili's. Of course, immediately when I get there, the Bears score a touchdown, so now it's a one-score game. It's the field goal game.
Of course.
And then the entire time, I'm just sitting there, that entire second half. I don't speak. I'm pretty much mute. I go
Mhm.
nonverbal, and the whole second half, I'm not fun to hang out with. I'm being asked questions. I'm like, "1 sec, let me see the play." And then there's 40 seconds
Yeah.
between plays, but I don't act like there's 40 seconds. I then have to see the replay. I'm like, "Oh, the ref missed a hold." I'm basically
Yeah.
complaining about things, but, it was a good day because they ended up winning. I gave a very, very loud reaction at Chili's that startled some people, and, it was worth it. Nobody gets mad at me. They know me at Chili's. The
Yeah.
bartenders all know me. Actually, when I got there, I sat down. One of my favorite bartenders came up, said, what are you gonna have?" I said, "Can I get the big Michelob?" He already had it in his arm. He was acting like he was
Nice.
going to another table. A good age-old
Nice.
trick from a barkeep.
That's a good one.
Jesus, Mahomes just went deep, almost caught
Oh,
on a 1st and 10
dude.
throw.
Should have been caught. Wow.
Yeah,
Would have
um,
been
but
caught.
yeah, great weekend. Great weekend was out, and
Mhm.
I don't know. You said you woke up early. Yeah, you'll listen to those 2 hours that Benny and I did last night at, midnight to 2 AM. It was a good time had last night as well, talking about college football, baseball, all that stuff, but if you haven't listened, go ahead, listen to that. It's kinda outdated now because it was really the first hour and a half was about who should make the college football playoff. I did not know it came out at 8 AM. If I would've known that, I would not have recorded that yesterday. We spent a lot of time debating Notre Dame, Texas, Alabama, Miami, and all the jazz, which is hilarious that it was outdated before anybody pressed play on that. But I think all the takes still stand. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, yeah, you could still make arguments. Like, you can make arguments that Notre Dame was wronged or Alabama shouldn't be in it or
They'd
Texas
still
should
make
have
the
made
same
whatever your
argument. Notre Dame
takes
should
are, you
not play
know?
in bowl games.
I know.
I
Notre
like
Dame
that.
opting out.
I'm gonna say this, I like that good teams, if they're like a blue chip team, yeah, we're gonna play the playoff for nothing. Sorry, guys.
That's
We don't
fair.
need that money. That money is
Yeah.
irrelevant to us. We don't need Duke's mayo. We don't need mayonnaise money.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I
Okay.
mean, those bowl games, those are designed for JMUs and Tulanes to make more money. That's not
Mahomes just came up limp, by the way.
of
He's
course he
faking it.
is.
He
Dude,
always fakes
he's
it.
pulling a little Aaron Rodgers. Act a little dinky
Okay.
in the pocket, dude. They're gonna dial up the heat. You leave a little rushing lane for him, dude. That's a classic Aaron Rodgers move. I don't think we want to
Mm.
lead the show talking about Aaron Rodgers, but
We can. I mean, he played good today.
I mean, yeah, they won.
Let's lead the show talking about the game that was the primetime before the primetime game. Bears Packers, your
Mhm.
Packers. In fact, I talk a lot on this podcast, and I'm gonna still do that because I look at the audio recording file, like it shows like who talks the most on when it's Greg, you and I, and it's like 60% me, maybe more. And when it's you and I, it's a joke. I'd like to clear the floor for you, Darren. You are a big Packers fan.
I
First
am.
Packers Bears game that meant something since you've gone through puberty. You've always been an
Basically.
ogre. Like, you've always been an ogre. When you were 8 years old, you were 5'10", but this is the first time you've been able to like milk yourself. I'm talking through your nipples, by the way. It's the meet the parents. I got nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? You
Oh, yep, yep, yep.
you can lactate. The the whole thing I'm saying is, how does this feel in a big game? Real
Yeah.
pressure. Came down to the nitty gritty at the end. You get the pick to seal the deal. Give me your emotions. Were you as happy as I was?
Yeah, I was
Are you sure?
basically that entire 4th quarter, I watched the game standing up, pacing back and forth in my living room, just nonstop, you know, yelling profanities and different reactions depending on what was going on in the game. And yeah, at the end of the day, it came down to the defense. The defense bowed up at the end of the game and had a really gutsy, 4th down stand. And I mean, I know people online are saying, "Oh, DJ Moore was wide open." From the angle Caleb was at, though, I would not call that a wide open option. I think he probably had the best chance of getting it over the top to his tight end. He just didn't put enough on the ball, and Keyshawn Nixon made a great play
Sorry, Butker
on
just
the
barely
ball.
get skeeted that in. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was
Sorry.
close. No,
Keep going.
no. Yeah. So I'm over the moon with this Packers team right now. I actually do. Unfortunately, I think the Bears are good. It's sucks. I've again my whole life they've been bad. The Packers have dominated them, but I will say Caleb Williams for his low completion percentage and not a lot of yards or anything like that. He's pretty efficient with the ball and he actually does make good decisions, it seems like, most of the time. It seems like Ben Johnson's been able to really reel him in and kinda take control of that offense. So, I guess that's something to look forward to for the Bears going forward, but again, I think the Packers are still just a better football team. I do not trust this Bears team at all. They're back down to having a negative point differential, I believe. I think going into this game, they had a point differential of 6, and they lost by 7 today, so they should be back down to a minus 1 point differential, which is crazy for what, a 9-win team or whatever they are. So the Packers got Jaden Reed back also. He's a stud. You saw it on the first drive. I don't know if you remember, he got the like 4 touches on the first drive. And I'm like, dude, this if we'd had him all season, this would be unstoppable. So I'm super happy we have him back. But over the top, over the moon. I love it. This Packers team looks legit now, like really legit.
Yeah, I share a lot of those sentiments. I was also pacing back and forth, doing profanity lace comments. I was not in my own private of my own home. I was in a public space at Chili's. I actually said to the people I was with at Chili's, I might not be welcome back here if they lose this game. I what was funny is when they picked off Caleb at the end, I did say I did let out a let's fucking go reaction.
Yeah.
And I apologized because there's a lot of families around. I was in the bar section. Everybody's all, "It's all good." And everybody responded the same way. There's no Bears fans there. Nice job, Stroud. I mean, what are you doing? But, I let the reaction happen, and people were good with it.
Mhm.
And but I can imagine if he would've got that over Nixon, my
Yeah.
reaction would not have been the same. And,
No.
I think I think you're giving a little too much respect to Caleb Williams and the Bears. I understand why. If they would have won the game, you would not have been. That was a terribly officiated game in i- in a way that
Yeah.
I haven't seen in a long time. Maybe I'm blind from my biasy on betting a lot on the Packers, but my way of looking at it was I don't think a single call went the Packers' way, like a big call.
I
And
mean, that incomplete interception fumble thing
mhm,
in the beginning of the game, I still cannot understand how that was not ruled, interception. I don't get
yeah.
how that's an incomplete pass.
And that was the first quarter, and they
Yeah.
obviously didn't score points from that. But even more so, it's like you just look at non-PI calls, non-holds,
Yeah.
etc. It's all good. They won the game, but it
Yeah.
felt like they were forcing a close game on the viewer.
Mhm.
I don't like that. I don't want penalties to be called unless they're egregious. But it did feel. And there goes CJ Stroud throwing a bullshit ass ball, and that might be grounding. I think he might have been out of the pocket. Don't know, don't care. All I know is it's 4th and 10, and I think I just pissed down $150. Is that what I just threw away? You tell me.
Could
Seems like
be.
$150 just might have even pissed down my leg. Nice. Okay. Whatever. Well, can I go to Chili's real quick? Can I go watch into this game at Chili's? Can I record from there so I can
Yeah.
say the same thing that I said when the Packers were about to lose? There's a little more money
Yeah.
there, but yeah, it's funny. This is fun. I love gambling on football. It's always a
Yeah.
fun time.
Good time. Good time.
But yeah, in that game for the Packers, it's a huge win. They control the division now. Um, that should be how it is. I think they've been the best team in the division all year. I'm kind of level-headed with what I think they can be. The offense has opened up with Reed. Josh Jacobs has
Mhm.
been one of the top 4 running backs in top 5 running backs in football all year.
Okay.
He obviously got banged up a little, but today was great. For the Bears, I'm also level-headed with them. Ben Johnson is a legitimate. He's a McVay-esque play caller.
Yeah.
Uh, he actually is creative, where in a league that is copycat as hell, he actually does stuff that's different, and I really appreciate that about him. I think he'd be successful anywhere in this league. Even with mediocre quarterbacks, he would be successful because he actually dials things up that, oof, oh, what a hit! And that should be a 15-yard penalty on the offensive lineman.
Jeez.
I'm sorry for going off course, but did you see
Yeah,
that
no,
hit?
I
And then
mean,
the
that was a
offensive lineman
great
came and
hit.
hit. Yeah, the
That was
offensive
not an
lineman came.
illegal that wasn't illegal, that wasn't dirty, that was just a big hit.
Yeah, the offensive lineman came in and smacked up number 5. I don't know. That's a black.
Yeah. That's a great hit. That
Mm-hmm.
wasn't in
And that's
the
not.
no, yeah.
You know what? That's what Rasheed Rice did to all those cars a couple during last summer. Good hit.
Is he
I
is
don't take
Rasheed
people.
Rice coming out of the game?
I mean, he has to, right? I feel like he can't be in the game after that.
No, he's still out there.
Oh, okay. Well, I like how the league preaches like player safety, and then you get absolutely like at least the wind knocked out of you, and you're good. Anyways, back on that. No, I think Ben Johnson. If Ben Johnson's the coach of the Raiders, I'm confident the Raiders would have some success. I mean, of course, they're on a playoff team because
Yeah.
Gino is actually one of the worst quarterbacks in football, and he got hurt today. But Gino's awful. There's some quarterbacks in this league that are just piss poor.
Mhm.
But he'd find success anywhere in this league because his actual like play designs and the plays that he's making. There was a play there where it was like a fake handoff, like shovel pass, and that's an Andy Reid McVay-esque type play call that I've never seen before. And of course that works because nobody's ever seen that play. That's like the first time it's ever
Yeah.
been used in the NFL. Could you imagine putting this tape in front of Vince Lombardi?
Just having him watch a
You know,
game come on.
I think there's a clip he do. Go, what the hell is going on out there? He'd be so confused. I mean, he'd be confused about a lot of things. There'd be way too many players that are not white probably in the game for Vince Lombardi's understanding. He would not understand what's going on there.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on? But
Uh,
in a serious note, no, I think Ben Johnson's actually like a very special coach that's he picked a spot, and I think he's picked a good
yeah.
spot. Uh for Caleb, his athleticism is extremely special and elite. I think his floor is Kyler Murray, which is not a bad floor. Kyler
Yeah.
Murray has shown like signs of greatness many times, and Caleb has not gotten Kyler Murray's peak yet by any means. I think that's a minimum of where he gets because his size and his arm power and everything like that. But um, he should be better than Kyler Murray. I think that
Yeah.
should be established. I think we hated on him a little too much, and I tend to wish I could delete some of the things I said in terms of the podcast and what's out there forever. I can delete it, but I think genuinely he's a fine quarterback. He struggles with accuracy and being consistent. It's year 2, and I think we expect too much out of people, uh,
Mhm.
based off of what we've seen in the last like half decade of quarterbacks. But He's been good this year. He's been fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say good. He's been fine. He's been serviceable, and it's been a good progression. And I think in the next year, I think next year would be the year where I think we might see the bounce from him, where it's like the Bears are actually contending. Uh, he's got better game to game. This game was cold as shit. It was it felt like 7 degrees out there in the third
Yeah.
quarter, and Caleb was throwing darts. And I think
Yeah.
that's actually like a very good sign if you're a Bears fan that he did not play like Tua. He did not play like Sam Darnold. He did not play like a
Mm.
lot of these quarterbacks that have never played in cold weather before.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Exactly. That's probably the best comparison because again, this is a guy that played at Oklahoma and California and USC. Uh, it's not exactly a cold weather quarterback. I think he went to high school. Where'd he go? In Texas? Or where'd he go? California, Texas?
I'm not sure actually.
I think he went in Texas. I think.
Yeah.
It's Texas or California, I'm pretty sure. What happened there?
Arm punt by Mahomes on first down. He threw a pick on a deep ball.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
on first down.
Yeah, I'm looking at the replay.
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
I mean,
God. That's not even a good play. That's a terrible
I know.
throw.
I know that was a horrendous throw.
Yeah, we're gonna like it sucks that we're recording this during the game because the outcome might be different than what I'm saying. But Mahomes has not been good either this year, and we put him in the top five, but that's kind of disrespectful to these people that deserve the top five. He's not been a top
Yeah.
five quarterback this year, and that's something we can talk about. But let's finish this game. Sorry, I love doing the live game because people listening to this, we have legit extreme ADHD when talking during the final game of the night. It's the funniest thing ever.
Well,
It's
I like
awesome.
getting like a raw reaction, especially with like a big game too. I don't know. I like it.
I know, but it's funny that we're talking about the Packers and Packers and Bears, which that was a huge game, and it just is us saying like, "Oh, let's see what's going on here," and then I break into, "Yeah, CJ Stroud, doesn't really have it
Well,
sometimes." But how about
I
Caleb
texted.
Williams?
Yeah, I texted you. I mean, I said Mahomes like he's been fine, but he after watching like an entire game of Caleb Williams and like what I've seen from Mahomes this year, because the Bears haven't had a lot of like national standalone games, so
Yeah,
I don't watch a lot of Bears games to be honest. Um, Mahomes and Caleb Williams are like playing the exact same way. God, CJ Stroud just got blasted. Um,
bring in Davis Mills. Keep going.
yeah. So I mean they play similarly, like they have a lot of like really good scrambling ability and like a lot of arm talent, but I don't know if it's like Mahomes, we've seen him, play a lot better before and I don't know. I don't know. I'm interested to
Well,
see what
Mahomes is
happens the
peak.
rest of the season in that NFC North. I'm curious to see if the Bears make the playoffs, if week 18 between the Bears Lions is essentially going to be for that 7th seed spot. So, I guess
Well,
we'll
if
have to
that's the
wait.
case, that's not a good case for the Bears. I'm going to be honest. The Lions' offense looks elite, and that's a Thursday night game, and I mean a
Mhm.
lot of things happen there. The Lions' offense still has that juice. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
that's in Chicago though, right? So it's an outdoor game. So that's
Mhm.
where there could be some
Yeah,
hijinks for
and
Goff.
Chicago goes to play Cleveland next week, so I don't anticipate them losing that game, maybe, but I think that they're going to be like neck and neck with
They're gonna kill
with.
Cleveland, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying they should
Oh
win that game. I'm saying they
yeah.
should win that game. I don't think that they're going to lose, and I'm like going in like down the stretch. I think that they're going to be really really close. I know the Packers have to play them in 2 weeks again already. They're playing
Mhm.
a week apart basically, um, in Chicago. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting. This is going to be. I'm curious how the division will shake up. Packers are 4-0 in the NFC North too. That's awesome.
Yeah, they've been good. They have some shitty losses, but they've been solid. And I think today
Mhm.
Jordan Love played really well. He had some. I mean, he's one of the.
He had
I'm
the
not going
one
to
bad
mention the.
pick.
I'm not. He had a terrible play on the first drive. I'm not going to mention the name because he didn't play this week. But outside of him, he's by far the best deep ball thrower in football.
Yeah.
I think he's easily number two, and
Yeah.
I say that with respect. I'm not trying to say
No,
like I'm
I
picking
I
on
I
him.
know Drake May's deep ball has been absurd this season, and
Yeah.
Jordan Love's has been really good as well. I think looking at like advanced stats, I think they are like by far the two best. I think they're kind of like standalone. I think.
Yeah, it would have to be them and maybe Darnold, but Darnold kind of gets a lot of help
Oh
from
yeah,
JSN getting behind
Darnold is
defenses.
he is up there.
I that's a kind of a BS call right there, but whatever. On the Texans. I
Love
think
it.
when I'm looking at that dude, I'm saying it's pretty crazy because I think what really matters most when you're like looking at young quarterbacks, because I think they all have a certain level of ability coming into the league, especially the top line draft picks. Like
Mhm.
there's not much difference. It's impossible to evaluate who's going to be the best between um Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy. I think you can. There's things that stand out for each of them
Mhm.
based on how they played in college and some of their intangibles, some of their like just solid skill sets. But what actually sets any of them apart, where Caleb is better than Jaden, or Jaden's better than Drake, or Drake's better than Caleb, or Bo Nix is better than one of them, is it's a deep ball and how accurate you are with it and how you can do it and how you can react to pressure. And I think that
Mhm.
that's what you've seen this year, where there's been a separation between all of them from
Mhm.
one to the other, or et cetera, from the other to another. And I think that's what you see with Jordan Love is the deep ball's so nice, and he also can stand in pressure. And I think when you're able to do it's not the 3, 5, 7 step traditional drops anymore. You have people, and it's starting to really, like I've said this a long time, Mahomes and Josh Allen, where they can really just go 10 to 15 yards back
Yeah.
and just throw the go ball. But it's like they don't take sacks usually that far deep. They have to have the mental clock that says if I take a sack here, it's kind of a
It's a
dead
dead
drive.
drive.
Yeah. And I've kind of noticed that a lot of the times with Jordan Love, he took a terrible sack in this game, one terrible sack. And he still kind of got out of that drive. He threw a good ball on it was 2nd and 26, and he threw a 6-yard pass, and then it was 3rd and 19, and he actually got it to the 6. He made a good throw, and it just went through the hands of Dobbs, I think it was, or Reed, one of
Yeah.
them. That was a good throw. It wasn't really it was a bad play by him originally, so that kind of put
Mhm.
him as whatever.
Put him in the hole.
Yeah, and he's separated himself from his draft class because he's able to make the deep ball anytime. Like, it could be 1st and 10 or 1st and 20. He could throw any pass on the field, and he's accurate with it, where he can hit people in the hands from 50 yards away, and it's awesome. So he's I mean, you got another franchise QB, that's obvious. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah.
That's all you want. You put yourself in position to be in contention for the next, 6 to 8, 9, 10 years, and it just is interesting because it's like Caleb Williams also probably has that deep ball. We haven't really seen it unwinded and uncork it yet, but that's also because the offensive line was was so bad last year. Has better this year, but he
Yeah.
hasn't really he doesn't have the confidence to throw it yet because I think he still has the yips from being hit so much last year that he still moves off his spot too quick. And that's something that he'll learn from Ben Johnson. Probably next year, I'm assuming. I don't think that happens within the season. That's an off season, but
Yeah.
that's a fearful thing if you're a fan of a different team in the NFC North because the Lions ran that division for a while, and now it feels like it's slipping away. This is kind of the last hurrah, and then the Packers look like they're going to be great for a couple of years here, where their window's like wide open, and then you have a Bears team who is just going to be starting to get good, and you have a Vikings team who's up in the air, right? You have talent all over, but the quarterback's a
Mhm.
question, and maybe that's the place Kyler Murray goes. I don't know, but yeah, what was that, Mahomes? Anyways, yeah, that's my takeaway from what I think about Jordan Love and quarterbacks in general, from the real separation.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if you
No,
have
I
anything,
agree.
but yeah,
No, no, I don't. I think that's a pretty good breakdown, a pretty good analysis of what the NFL is, what the quarterback position is right now. Talk about other
Yeah,
good quarterbacks. Mahomes, or not Mahomes, Allen and Burrow played today, and probably the second biggest game of the day
yeah, one of them.
in
I mean,
terms of
I think
star power.
Colts Jaguars, unfortunately, was probably the second, and that was over before. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, Bengals Bills. That was a great game until it wasn't.
Hmm.
A weird game.
So Burrow threw
Bur-
back-to-back picks
yeah, two
on
back-to-back
tip
plays, and
passes, which is whatever, but
the pick six was unreal.
that was
There
a
goes
bad one.
Mahomes running. By the way, he's scrambling. He takes a hit, runs out of the hit. Oh my God, he did not get the first down. 4th and 2. He almost got the first
Yeah,
down on that.
I know.
Sorry, again. Everybody, listen, we're trying to confuse you. Did you see that LeBron James did not play in the Celtics-Lakers game in Boston?
I did not.
Neither did Luka. Let's talk about the Celtics. They're on like 5-game win streak. No, Burrow and Josh Allen, they went at it.
Yeah,
They're going for this? They can't. They're not going to hide this ball, are they?
I think yeah, I don't know.
They did. He dropped it. That's an insane go forward moment. Wow.
It's a tie game, and you're at home, and now you just put the Texans, who haven't been able to move the ball.
It's
The
10-10.
Yeah, the Texans haven't moved the ball at all this game, and you basically have just given the ball in
You gave
field
them
goal
these
range.
3
This is an
points.
egregious go for it call.
You gave them 3 points. Mahomes is getting pressured the entire game. Honestly, this is what's crazy to me is this is pretty much a situation where you want to bet against the Chiefs if you have any type of hedge in knowing
Mhm.
anything about what sucks for Mahomes. Is he cannot play when he's moved off his spot in an effective way. They don't have their top 3 or 4 tackles actually. Like they're legitimately on an undrafted free agent tackle. Their backup left tackle broke his leg or tore his knee on the first snap of the game. And they're going for it on 4th and 2 when he's getting pressured almost every drop back. Mahomes
Yeah.
is the best quarterback in football in terms of like just we're giving him all the credit. He deserves it. There's no reason to go for that. Play the field position. Try to pick off Stroud. Try to force a fumble. Let Mahomes get 3 more downs. I don't know. That's a bad play.
Yeah.
Even if you get 3 points, even if you only give up 3 points here, it means nothing. Like you don't want to give points here up because you're not driving the ball. You got 1 touchdown drive and 1 field goal drive.
Mhm.
And the touchdown drive was legit on a big play. You had 1 big play all game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Okay. Back to life. Burrow, that pick 6. That was a Minnesota backup quarterback that threw the pick 6 last week. Joe Flacco pick 6 the week before. That was in that
I
realm.
mean, that was a tipped ball. That was not that bad.
He kind of
They got
chest passed it though. Did you see how he threw the ball?
Yeah.
He forced it
Yeah.
immediately because he saw the guy. He's all like, "Oh, he's not covered." CJ Stroud, you cannot take a sack here. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, Burrow, he played good until he didn't. At the end of the day, like he played good until he didn't. He had that pick. He had the pick 6, and they kind of
Nice
had
play.
put the Bills almost all the way away, like actually in the snow game and everything. And they just had to really control the ball. They threw a pick 6 when they were like, all right, you know what? We still have a chance here. And then he has a batted ball at the line that turns into another interception. It's like,
The very next play.
yeah, and it's like, dude, that's just like you cannot have that. And I understand like batted balls, it's a little bit unlucky, but at the same time, you know, you cannot make those mistakes. T. Higgins today was insane. Dude.
I saw an amazing tweet, and it's unfortunate because T. Higgins has been actually really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the better receiver on the team. Between Jamar Chase has better stats, but it said Bengals
Yeah.
are raised like 8 years off T. Higgins' life for a chance to go 5-8. He was so good today.
Yeah.
He was honestly
You,
unbelievable.
yeah.
You know,
He caught
he
like
has a
everything.
certain blood. He has a certain like he smells blood in the water like a great white shark. because he
Mhm.
knows what he did on that field a few years ago.
He senses it? You're telling me he gets superpowers there?
I'll
That's
never
where he
forget that game because I had so much money on the Bengals.
that's the I think that's the only game that's ever really been canceled or stopped,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and they
Like,
cancel all the bets too, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll never
Yeah,
forget
that's the
that.
only game I think I've ever seen that was canceled or stopped or
Yeah, they
whatever,
didn't they
but
didn't they didn't pay out any of the bets either. First quarter bets, first half bets, player props. They canceled everything. That's awesome when they could do that, you know?
yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Josh Allen, you had a bone to pick with Josh Allen earlier when you were talking to me.
I mean, you know, he's a great quarterback. I just my real problem is how they've changed how we talk about quarterback stats because he won the MVP last year and he didn't have enough passing touchdowns, so they've changed the entire equation for quarterback touchdowns. They do total touchdowns now. Did you go somewhere?
Oh, no.
Well, it says heads up, you're doing a new track now. So what are you doing? You unplug
Mhm.
your mic or something?
I hope not. My sound's still coming in good?
Your sound's coming in good, but I think you have a new mic. What is this? The array? Are you using an array? Touchdown. Uh, the
Yeah,
backup
as
running.
long as my sound is good.
I mean, you sound good. I'm gonna have to edit you anyways. But yeah, you got a new thing. It's all good. You're good. I think your mic unplugged, but you're fine. Shit, Darren. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Anyways, no, my bone to pick with Josh Allen was is proverbial in terms of they changed the rules of what a quarterback touchdown is. It used to just be passing touchdowns, and then they'd show rushing touchdowns. But since last year, he did not have enough passing touchdowns to quantify him to be Lamar Jackson. They
Mhm.
decided to do total touchdowns because he had a shitload of rushing touchdowns because he was a tush push 2.0 guy after Jalen Hurts. And now they've just kept that going because he rushes for a lot of touchdowns. And they want him to be the darling of the quarterbacking game. And by the way, the Texans just scored a touchdown, which good job, Andy Reid.
Yeah.
That's a good play call. But anyways, yeah, that was my point. My point. It's nothing like my problem with Josh Allen is nothing. I have a way bigger problem with Joe Burrow in this game. If we're doing problems with the quarterback, the fact that his biggest accolade he made a Super Bowl, and his biggest accolade is the fact that every single account that actually is not trolling was saying we get Joe Burrow versus the Bills this weekend, and they're doing that 360 practice throw of
Yeah.
him throwing a deep ball where it's a beautiful throw. I mean, don't get me wrong, and it's an awesome video. It happened 4 years ago,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's not really
That's his best accolade, like, outside of making the Super Bowl. No MVPs, hasn't played in many games since. We're looking at a wasted career for Joe Burrow. We're literally looking at a wasted career, and I feel bad
Yeah.
about that. But,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
take the floor.
uh, well, Burrow, yeah, he's also a little injury prone, and yeah, his career is gonna die in Cincinnati because he has bad ownership there who's cheap and doesn't want to pay players, and they they make bad management decisions. But that's whatever. The I guess the only thing I would say to like the Josh Allen pushback is like I think his rushing, like yeah, it's like redefining like the quarterback stats, but I also think it's fair to include his rushing stats. I mean, outside of the fact that he was a little bit of a tush push merchant, he does have a lot of regular rushing touchdowns as well. So I think that kind of tells a little bit more of the entire picture. But I understand why you probably feel like that's maybe a little bit biased.
No. We've always included rushing stats when we talk about quarterbacks that run the ball too. Like
Hmm.
Lamar won an MVP before. It
Yeah,
just
that's
isn't
true.
included. It isn't included in total TDs. They say here's his passing stats, here's his
Yeah.
rushing stats. Cam Newton won an MVP not that long
Hmm.
ago. It's a great year. He had a ton of rushing touchdowns. It wasn't here's his passing yards, 4,000 to whatever yards. Here's his total touchdowns. Also, here's his rushing yards. It was, here's his passing yards, passing touchdowns, rushing yards, rushing touchdowns. When you're doing the total TDs, what that means is, oh, he didn't throw enough passing touchdowns to like dignify a quarterback winning an MVP. It basically means he's handing the ball off or he's running the ball in too much. If that's the
Yep.
case, we've just redefined what it means to be, and maybe we have redefined the quarterback position. We actually have, I think, because a lot of it is more West Coast pistol air raid, where, obviously we have. I don't need to say this to people that listen to this podcast. Anybody listening to this podcast, hopefully has watched football. I don't think that you're just starting to watch. Go watch a 2005 Saints Packers game or whatever, or go watch Matt Hasselbeck and Tony Romo play quarterback compared to Dak Prescott and Sam Darnold. I mean, they
Yeah.
just play it differently. They're going down the field a lot more. They're the inside zone didn't really even exist. It did, but it was way different. Everything's different. But my point is, that was my bone to pick. But Josh Allen's awesome. He was unreal today. They deserve to win. The Bengals deserve to win too. And it was just the ball bounced against them, and that's happened a lot against them in their career since Burrow's taken over. Then now they're 4-9, and it's over. Season's over, and
they're dead.
Yeah,
They're dead. They're done. We can stop talking about the Bengals and don't let them in and all that nonsense is over. They are officially dead. So
3rd and 4, big 3rd and 4. Mahomes jump pass and he throws it short. Big 4th and 4 coming up for the Chiefs. They're gonna punt with 5 minutes. I think they have to punt. I don't think they can go forward here. Nope, Mahomes is staying on the field.
I was gonna say you can't go for it on the last one and not go for it here.
Mahomes is gonna go for this. I'm gonna.
The recommendation of the analytics.
This
the
is
analytics
right?
say go for it.
It's insane. Did they call a timeout? So here's all I'd say about this. So just talking about the Chiefs, I'm not actually fearful that they're going to get this. And if I'm not fearful, that's a totally different like view of how I view Kansas City.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing for my view means nothing. I'm just saying, like, I don't actually fear them like I used to fear them. I'm actually confident if they would have gone for that. Mahomes is 12 for 27 tonight, by the way. That's unreal.
With 131 yards and 2 picks.
That's a Shedeur Sanders stat line.
Hey, Shedeur Sanders threw for 300 yards.
Yeah,
it seems like all the best quarterbacks have thrown for 300 yards, dude. I think all of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, definitely, if you're going to be an MVP caliber quarterback, you need to be able to throw 300 yards in a game. I think that's super important.
Mahomes is pressured, steps up. Oh, dropped! It was dropped! Oh my God, Rashee Rice dropped the ball. Wow, they're going to lose the game. Houston's in a chance to score again. I'm going to win money. I can't believe it. Hey, Darren, go get yourself a tomahawk steak, dude. Get yourself a bone-in tomahawk. On me.
Wow, dude.
That's a bad drop. Mahomes put it right where he needs to put it.
That's such a good throw, dude.
That's not on Mahomes. What's gonna happen, and this what sucks. It's like, I hate Mahomes, but he's gonna become the old man, and I'll appreciate him more because I'm becoming an old man. I'm gonna be in my 30s, and I'm gonna be. We don't appreciate greatness until it's gone. I mean, that's how it really is. But I will always say Mahomes was never as good as Brady, and I will maintain that forever. And he's obviously now going a little bit downhill, but his peak is gone. His peak is past him. His peak was unbelievable, and I will say that about Mahomes forever. I don't think I ever argued against his peak. I hope I didn't. If I did on this podcast, I'm so sorry. But
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's fair to say his peak is past him. He's 29.
Yeah, I don't know. I think his peak was.
I think that it's a lack of talent around him, and I mean, this is a separate debate. But Like that throw right there,
That's a
that's
good
a
throw.
that was a great throw. He stepped up in the pocket with pressure and delivered a jump pass on the money. Like, do you?
Talent-wise, Mahomes is still the best, second or third best in the football, right? I don't think
Yeah.
there's much argument for many other people. I really think he's on a Mount Rushmore short list in the current sport.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that might have close to the same arm talent or a little better, but
Mm-hmm.
reading defenses and play to play, I think it's hard to argue that. I think it's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Um, so, uh, anyways, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna I'm not gonna shit talk your Mahomes take, but anyways, the I just know you're a big Mahomes fan yourself.
Should we stay in the AFC North and go to the battle for the division today with the Steelers and the Ravens?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah. Old man Aaron Rodgers at the discount double check, dude. He was on one today.
Yeah, let's talk about them. Uh, Aaron
Lamar Jackson.
Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, 284 yards. The leading rusher for the Steelers, Kenneth Gainwell, 15 yards.
Wow.
Rodgers said, and we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, who last week almost didn't play with a broken wrist.
Yeah.
He looked like literally looked like Frank Gallagher from Shameless at some point in that game, where he was trying to get OSHA checks. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if he would have filed an OSHA claim after that game, after the Joey Bosa hit. Workplace,
This is an unsafe workplace.
yeah, workplace injuries. Uh, but he balled out today in a way that I haven't seen him ball out since he played for the Packers. He never played this well in the Jets.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had a game with the Jets where he had better numbers. I'm just gonna say, like, I'm sure he had a better number game at some point, but he played really well. He had a touchdown run, which I'm gonna be honest, again, I don't like Aaron Rodgers for a lot of the stuff he's done, but that amped me up. Because when you see
Yeah.
an old man do something like that, it's gotta make you feel something.
Yeah.
That made me feel something. DK Metcalf, 7 catches, 150 yards. They wanted this game. This game meant a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
we have like the Steelers are dead in the water. Now, can the Steelers win the Super Bowl? No. Mm-mm.
Can
Can
they
they win
win a
the
playoff
division?
game?
Yeah, they can win a playoff game. Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Depends on who they play. Depends on the weather, and depends on the way in which they and how they play. Rodgers needs to be healthy for that playoff game.
This is such a Mike Tomlin spot though, where the Steelers are not necessarily like they weren't like counted out of this game, but like I think most people were kind of anticipating the Ravens to win this one. But the Ravens aren't good. Like the Ravens just aren't good. But I guess back to the Mike Tomlin point, the Renegade got booed last week. Everyone's saying, all right, maybe it's time we find somebody else. Mike Tomlin, maybe he's not the guy. You got to look to move off him after the season. And then he just rips off a pretty big win to take first place control of their division, which for what it's worth, I still think that he should probably be gone at the end of the year, but that's a separate conversation.
I think both Tomlin and Harbaugh should be.
I agree.
I think it's time for some new blood in that division.
Yeah.
I actually think all 4 coaches should be out of the AFC North.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure. There's no reason for Zach Taylor to return. There's no reason for Stefanski to be back, although he has more of a case than anybody else because he's kind of got fucked with the decisions the GM and ownership has made for
Yeah.
quarterback. I think he's probably the best coach out of the 4.
But for his
And
personal purpose, like he probably wants to leave more than almost any of those, right? Like,
oh yeah, he'd probably want a new job. He probably's like, hey, when's my contract up so I can get a different? Because
yeah.
I think he would get a job somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
know
oh yeah.
Tomlin would. I know Harbaugh would. I know. I think Zach Taylor probably would too. Honestly, I think all of them are fine coaches. None of them are bad. The funny thing is, Stefanski's definitely the least accomplished out of the 4.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor's been a Super Bowl.
He's the only one who hasn't been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tomlin's clearly like a near
He's
Hall of Famer, if not already, and Harbaugh is
he's won
probably
a
a near
Super
Hall of
Bowl.
Famer, if
He's
not
won a
already.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. So it's like these are borderline Hall of Fame coaches. Zach Taylor's not, but and he's been to one. And then Stefanski, I'm like, yeah, he probably is the best coach in the division at this point.
Well,
But I'd say
he's
what Stefanski's
knowledge.
doing with fucking with Shador and with Dylan Gabriel and last year with Flacco and Winston. Oh, you had him.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying about Zach Taylor, dude. He doesn't have the goods. No, that was a bad. He had the wide open guy. He just missed throw.
This is what we talk about when connecting on deep balls. This is like a perfect example of
Stroud was
gotta
nervous.
be
He didn't
able,
set his feet. He was scared to get hit. He got scared of getting hit.
and he had no pressure. He had a little
The guy was
pressure.
coming in. He got scared that he was going to get hit there.
Left the door open. Left the door open for Patrick Mahomes. I will say I did just put a small live bet wager on the Chiefs. They're plus
Is that what you were
360.
doing over there?
Yeah, they're plus 360.
You're a scumbag, dude. That's what you are.
I'll put the rest of your balance on that.
No, thank you. Well, you know what you can do? If they win, you can give me a fucking tomahawk. The Steelers, it's a good one for the Steelers. For the Ravens, I just want to say this about the Ravens. Lamar, we've talked about this before. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse with how we talked about this. But Lamar, when he can't move as well, it just isn't good. And you gotta, if you're a Ravens fan, it's not coming back this year. It feels like, but you have to pray to God that it comes back next year, because, geez, it's
But
bad.
what's wrong with him though? Like, is he?
He ran well today. Like he had
That's what I'm saying. He's mobile.
6 yards to carry.
Does he have a brain
Dropped by
injury or
Kelsey.
something? He was 19 of 35, which,
He's brain injured.
whatever, 56% or whatever. 200 yards, a touchdown, a pick, 2 sacks. Like, that's not getting it done, and that's like one of his better games he's had in the past couple weeks. It's just
Well, I think what's wrong is what's the team that beat them? Was it the Lions that beat them in the regular season, like week 2?
yeah, the Lions beat him.
Oh, picked! Kelsey just got wrecked. What a hit. I think he's hurt.
Yeah,
Nope, he's okay. That's not Mahomes' fault either.
dude. This team is abysmal.
Mahomes just looks like, okay, whatever.
This team is abysmal.
Oh my God, Kelsey, you have to bring that wasn't a great pass, but that cannot be dropped like that if you're Kelsey. You're legitimately
Yeah, I mean,
you're
he
top.
fit
You're
in a good window. Wow, dude.
That hurt so bad, dude.
Right in the
It's
stomach
speared
and
in
in
the
the
gut,
chest,
dude. Wait for the
dude.
replay. Did you see the replay?
Yeah, dude. Literally right in the gut.
Shoulder pad to the stomach.
Dude, this
Well,
I
that's
think
what I'm saying.
this is the final. We're live right now, basically getting a reaction. The Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs now. I think that's almost certain. They're going to be 7 losses.
Yeah, let's wait a little bit before we start saying that. Yeah, I think Kelsey's about to throw up. I mean, he's like got his eyes slowed a bit. He's got it. A lot of he's got to be thinking about, like, he's contemplating next moves if he's going to play next season. That's what people are going to be saying of what he's thinking about. How did I drop that ball? He's not doing that. What he's thinking about is, how am I going to not throw up right now? Because he just took a shoulder pad right to the solar plex. I've been not hit that hard in my life there. Ever in my life. I guarantee I've never been hit that hard. The fact that he got up that quick, that's one of the greatest things he's ever done. That's one of the greatest things he's done in his life. It's right up there with getting engaged to a billionaire.
Yeah. Got to be up there.
It makes me respect Did he just fumble that ball? Okay. That made me freak out. See, Mahomes just looks well, whatever. Mahomes looks upset. Damn.
Yeah, dude, his team sucks.
Mahomes, I got to spend time with my family.
Oh.
Well, the person that forced or that intercepted that ball was Al-Shahir, the Walter Payton Man of the Year candidate for the Texans. Well
Mhm.
deserved. Um, I have to remember it's for things they've done in the community, not things they've done on the field. Before this next third down play, we're going to do the third down play and then put in a button in the Ravens and Steelers first down for the Texans, and that actually will be the game, pretty much. Wow. Wow. Um,
Clock only
well,
stopped one more time for him.
yeah, when this and just as I don't wanna prematurely, talk about the end of this game, but when this game ends, when the clock does hit 0, I do wanna we're gonna do some words about this game, so let's just finish the Ravens-Steelers game.
Yeah. No, Lamar, he needs to get his swagger back. He needs to get his juice back. He's
I'll let some words go at the end of this game.
yeah. Was
Lamar, yeah, I don't know. I do think
he
the lack of being able to run and to be able to scramble as he's used to being able to do, and it started preseason. I think he picked up an injury in camp, but that Lions game where um, Greg's favorite NFL player, Alex Anzalone, was uh, was vying him the whole time, and he basically gave up nothing. I It changed how defenses have been playing Baltimore.
But Lamar still played good in that game, if I recall correctly. Like in the first couple of weeks before he hurt his hamstring, he played good, and he missed quite a bit of time with the hamstring injury. And he's come back, and like he's like when he does like the times that he's run, he's got up to speed. He's been I don't I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. It's hard to say because I want to see a healthy Lamar season before I start saying, yeah, he's washed. I don't think he's washed, but I do
I don't think
think
he's watched
it's
either, but I don't think he's
very
good right
odd.
now.
It's a very odd season. They play their schedule's not easy. I think they might miss the playoffs too. I really think it might be. They have another game against
Yeah.
the Steelers. That's all that matters. The
Yeah.
game against the Steelers, and they
Yeah.
play. They need a win. They don't need to win out. They need to tie the Steelers and have a better divisional record. That's it. So maybe they do need to win out. But they play the Bengals next week. They definitely need that. I mean, actually, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. The Ravens are missing the playoffs. They're
Yeah,
done.
I don't think that's a crazy take. I can get you
You
the
know the
odds.
rest of their schedule?
I know they play the Packers.
Yeah. Do you want to hear their schedule right now?
Yeah.
They might actually not win another game. I'm not even kidding. It's at Bengals, it's Patriots, at Packers, and then it's Steelers. Where's their win?
Yeah.
Where's they're gonna beat the Patriots? No, honestly, they might beat the Bengals. That Patriots game is gonna be hard. I actually think that's a difficult game for the Pats, but because the Pats are gonna be playing the Bills next week too. So that's
Uh-huh.
two hard games for the Pats back to back. I think people still fear the Bills and the Ravens. I think that's fair. They deserve the credit they get. The Packers is a hard game. It's in Lambeau. It's a cold game. Lamar's not been good in the cold in his career.
Yeah.
And the Steelers, yeah, they're done. Like I think that they're not done, but I think like they have to go at least 2-2 in those final four to have any chance.
They're
And
minus
that's
210 to miss the playoffs right now. So
yeah, they're missing. I would bet that. I want to bet
Vegas
to
is saying
make.
that they're going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
Minus
those
210
are
is crazy.
3 of those are road games. The only
Yeah.
home game is against the Patriots. The Patriots are the number 1 seed in the NFL.
They have similar odds to the Panthers. The Colts the Colts are minus 320 to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, they don't have a quarterback. Richardson's not even their backup. So yeah, we can do that real quick. Let's move. Yeah, Ravens. It might be might be time to. They were 1-5 at one point. I don't know why we're still talking about them like they're a playoff team. I know Lamar was hurt, but might be time to move off of them.
Yeah.
It actually should be time to shut down Lamar, but I don't know. They're gonna keep playing him.
One
Players
more
don't
loss.
shut people. They don't shut. Nobody shuts anybody down in the NFL. It's not the MLB or NBA.
That's true.
I cannot believe Jaden Daniels played today. Cannot believe it. 31-0 Vikings. Want to talk about 9 real quick? Just brief. Jaden Daniels, 9 for 20, 78 yards, and Zach Ertz ended his career. That's all I have to say. J.J. McCarthy, 3 touchdowns.
No picks either.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game. 3rd and 4 for the Texans, and they get stopped. Bring on the field goal unit. Okay, moving on to the Jaguars and Colts. The Colts lost the game, and they lost their quarterback for what seems like a season and maybe next year too. Achilles injuries heal quicker nowadays. I don't know the magic sauce, but it seems like it's a 9-month injury is what people are saying. I'd be it is, yeah. But Daniel Jones, what's going to go down as one of the worst trades in the history of football is them trading 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, and it was dumb when they
Yeah,
did it. I criticized that when they did it. I want to say I did that. It's dumb now. They might have to try to do a trade for Kyler Murray, or one of these other quarterbacks available. I just can't see them trying to bring Daniel Jones back next year and saying, "Hey, you're a starter going for sure." Like, they have to try to do a trade. Their roster's good, but that's such a bad loss for them. They were 8-1 at one point or whatever, right? Were they 8-2, 8-1?
8-2, I think.
Yeah.
And now they've slid on 3 consecutive games. They're now down to 8-5 with no quarterback, no first round pick this year, no first round pick next year. Man, that's tough. They went all in. I mean, they went all in. They took a swing. They took a swing probably when they shouldn't have. But for what it's worth, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20. But like, if you're a fan base, you want your team taking big swings and going all in. I just don't know if this was necessarily the right time to do it when you have Daniel Jones playing quarterback for you. It's and overpaying for a corner who, yeah, he's been decent this year, but last year he was not very good. I don't see it. I don't see the value in giving up 2 first round picks for him. That's literally like Micah Parsons value in a player, which is crazy that you did it for
I don't give
Sauce.
2 first-round picks up for any position. Quarterback gets more than 2 first rounds if he's if it's like, if you're saying Mahomes up for sale, you trade
Yeah.
whatever you want. Josh Allen's up for trade or sell, you get whatever you want. Like those types of players. Wide receivers, 2 first rounds max. Pass rushers, 2 first rounds max. Left tackle is 2 first rounds. There's no other position.
Yeah.
Corner's a first and maybe a third. I don't know why they did the 2 first. McDuffie on the Chiefs. He got hurt in the first quarter. I think he came back in. I think he's okay. I don't know if
Yeah.
I didn't see. I know they were testing his knee, but I think it was all good. Hopefully, he's a great player. He was a first team All Pro in 2023, second team All Pro 2024. The accolades are there. He won a ring, made a Super Bowl. He's not going for 2 first round picks.
No. And he's better than Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, Christian Gonzalez is going to make an All-Pro team this year. He's not going for 2 first-round picks. He's on a rookie deal still. He's better than Sauce Gardner too. Like there are people I just don't get. The Jets probably got that trade offer, and they're like, "We're going to take this, and we're going to say yes. This is not April Fool's.
Yeah, this is a real
There's
trade.
nobody else offering us for Sauce Gardner anywhere near this. I just want you to know this. The next closest offer is a 3rd-round pick."
Yeah, I know. After the deal's done and signed and the paperwork's processed, just say, hey, it's like the scene from War Dogs.
Yeah.
When Jonah Hill's like, how much, like lower were we than next guy? And they're like, oh, 50 million. And it's like, oh, what was the next offer on this? They're like, 3rd-round pick.
Yeah. I just don't see how anybody was offering anything higher than that, because I'm gonna be real. Sauce Gardner's great. He plays.
Is he?
I
Is he
mean,
great?
he has, but he plays a certain type of defense. Like, he's great in his style. You have to base your defense around how he can play. He can. Corners don't play zone and man equally. You're either a zone corner or a man corner. Sherman was one of the best people at this, right? Richard Sherman. He was amazing in zone with the Seahawks, and with when he went to the 49ers, when they played zone with him. When they tried to say, or when he was man on his side, that was fine. They basically said, you're going to be just covering one side, you're not following people. But when they try to switch it up and say, hey, now you're going to follow other sides of the field, it fucked him. When they played
Yeah.
cover one, when they blitzed and he had to do one-on-one, he wasn't great when he didn't have safety help with Earl Thomas. That was the
Yeah.
truth. Darrelle Revis, they brought him to Tampa Bay after he was on the Jets. They said, hey, we're doing the Tampa 2. Obviously, they were the inventors of that. He was bad that year in Tampa. He was actually a bad corner because he just played a
Yeah.
pure zone defense. He is a pure following cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The year after that, he goes to New England in 2014. He's back to being a first-team All-Pro, Hall of
Mm-hmm.
Fame level corner. The best corner that I think's been around since probably the millennium. I might be missing somebody, but it's him or Sherman, I think. I don't know if I'm missing somebody.
Yeah.
Corners play how they play. You don't draft a corner that was great in college at zone and say, hey, we're doing a man concept scheme.
Yeah.
You have to be how they played in college, or you're taking a risk. And if you're doing that, congrats, go all out. But with Sauce Gardner, you have to see how he was the first year with the Jets. And I'm not good at like knowing the schemes of corners and how good they do and whatnot. I'm not a defensive coordinator, but I do think that you have to look how he played with the Jets with Robert Saleh and say that first year and the second year, and like you say, oh, okay, that's when he's at his best. You can't base it off this last year. By the way, the Chiefs
Yeah.
just lost. Okay, here we go. Keep going, Darren. You talk. You talk about this real quick.
Yeah. You want me going on the Chiefs right now?
No. You keep talking about Sauce Gardner.
Okay, Sauce Gardner. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there probably is some truth to that. I don't think that, that the last year and a half that he was with the Jets after they fired Saleh, it just seemed like, yeah, maybe that was kind of his downfall. Maybe because Saleh definitely was super hands-on and super involved in the defense, and maybe the new defensive coordinator that they had there just didn't run or use him in the way that was to the best of his abilities. But even with all that being said, I mean, it goes back to like 2 first-round picks. It's crazy. You cannot give that up for a guy that anybody that's a corner. You cannot give that up for anybody, no matter how good he's been playing. I don't care if he's not given up a single catch all season. You cannot give up 2 first-round picks for him. So that's my take on that game. Jacksonville, sole control. It seems like they're going to kind of be in a two-team race now with Houston for the division. They still play each other twice. Do they play each other twice or just one more time? Houston and the Jaguars.
One more time. They played earlier. I think
Did they play earlier already?
Jaguars won that game.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Wait, I'm trying to find all their games here. No, they don't play the Jaguars any. Oh no, that I was thinking of the Colts. Sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of the Colts. So they don't play the Jaguars at all anymore. But that game with the Colts will be important, for divisional wins and tiebreakers and stuff like that. So 2-team race with Houston and the Jags for that AFC South, which again, I'm not a big AFC South guy. Don't really care about any of those teams. Don't really watch any of those teams. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
You know what I am a big? You know what a big guy I am?
What?
I'm a big football historian, and I'm a big guy that says, oh, Patriots, the AFC East, 11 straight. Was it 11 straight? Am I right here? 11 straight, 2009 to 2019. 11 straight AFC East titles. Oh, it's being broken. History is meant to be broken by a team called the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Hey, sorry, dominance is over. What was that, 8 in a row? Sorry, you're not going to break it. Sorry. It's over at what is that, 8 or 9? 9 in a row? I don't know. It was something cute. You got a few of those with Alex Smith, by the way. Just saying. Oh, what a glorious day. It's a beautiful day. Little Bono in there. I just want to say, I live for days like this. I want to just sleep angry many a nights, thinking, Mahomes, where is he? On Mount Rushmore. Now I think he's coming down the mountain. And all I have to say is this. I have a little song, The Classic Battle from the NFL League Films Volume 4. You know this one, right? Right? Don't you know this one? You hear this coming through good?
That
That gets me hyped. Gets me
is
happy,
great.
Darren. Ooh, Chris Berman boom in there. I'm gonna tell you this, Darren. Wow, the celebration. I might have to go to a dive bar tonight.
You're
They're gonna say,
celebrating the Chiefs.
what's the occurrence? No, I'm celebrating the Chiefs losing.
You're celebrating the Chiefs losing.
Yeah, this is a good
No,
moment.
it's the end. It's the end of a dynasty. It's the end of an era for the Chiefs. They they had a great run. They did, but I mean, this clearly they're not going to make the playoffs this year. That's over with completely over with this entire iteration of the Chiefs.
You know, it took me a long time to mature and realize that LeBron's not Jordan, and it became it hit me because LeBron switched teams a lot. He didn't show up in the finals quite a bit.
All
And I
right,
say
well,
that with all
I'm
respect to LeBron.
I'll push back on the LeBron Jordan, but I'll
No,
finish.
you can't. No, it's fair. It's fair. It's a
Mhm.
1A, 1B, 1C for the best basketball player of all time. And basketball is different than football, just like basketball is different than baseball and
Yeah.
football is different than hockey. All these sports are different and there's no linear like 1-to-1 type equation.
Mm-hmm.
The only sports that you can compare really is probably tennis and golf. And even then, it's different because golf's a 4-day event. Tennis for majors are 2 weeks long, and you play
Yeah.
every other day. All I'm saying is, it took me a long time to say, well, yeah, I'll give Jordan his due because he won 6 titles. I understand the league was watered down. I understand he didn't play against the competition LeBron played against. I know that the takes you're going to give, and I agree with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the day, you play who you play, and you beat them or you don't, and that's all that really matters. And if we're doing winning and losing, then yeah, Bill Russell. But the league then was 6 teams, and I'm not going to try to even make the argument for Bill Russell because it was 6 teams. But what I will say is the people that have said the Mahomes thing, this is such a douchey thing that we're doing right now. But I'm saying when people are saying that Mahomes was better than Brady, and it's not going to stop, and and the onus is on me. And I did this last year. I did this year before. The onus is on me for why Mahomes is not going to win 6 or 7 Super Bowls. You all should be smacked upside the head one time by yourself. Just hit yourself once on the head, on the top of the head. Just go do that harder than what I just did. Pretty hard. Give yourself a minor concussion because it's absurd that he's 29 years old, about to be 30. He's my age. Patrick Mahomes and I are the same age. He's got a lot more money than I have. He's way more successful than I am. He has a job, and he has multiple sources of income. He doesn't have this facial hair. He has good vision. He doesn't wear glasses. Uh, Beautiful family. Annoying brother, but whatever. The whole thing is it's such an annoying thing that he's 29 and he's missing the playoffs. And guess what? That didn't happen to Brady. He missed it his second year, and he had He had great numbers. It was not his fault. Peyton Manning didn't happen to him. When he missed the playoffs, he broke his neck. You know,
Mhm.
these are his. This is who we're comparing him to. We're not comparing him to Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. We're comparing him to the best players in the history of football, and that's the ultimate respect we can give him. We're not comparing him to Aaron Rodgers. Actually, we're not comparing him to
Yeah.
Drew Brees. Like, he's already better than those guys, even though that's if he didn't play tomorrow, like if he's all like, I'm retiring, is he better than those guys? Probably because of the accolades, but is he actually better like stat like career? If we're looking at the overarching career, I don't know. All I'm saying is we're looking at him compared to the greatest of the greats. And yeah, this is a great day for the Brady defenders, for those that for the real Patriots, the real Americans, you know what I'm saying? Uh
Well,
the
I
right
mean, there were people who were like pushing back, but like again, that's making a lot of pretty insane assumptions. Like he's gonna have the longevity. So I I don't think
it's
any like serious sports people should have been making like, oh, he's better than Brady. It's just like
Well, it's the people that want the next person to be better than the last person. I mean, people are doing
Yeah.
that in the NBA right now with Wemby, even though he gets hurt every
Yeah.
year, it seems. Cooper Flag is getting a lot of that. You get that
Mhm.
with SGA. I mean, they're going to win 1,000 games in the next couple of
Yeah.
years, it feels like. It
Yeah.
happened with Giannis. It happened with Luka. It's happened with a
Mhm.
lot of the players. None of them are going to be LeBron.
Yeah.
None of them. The closest person to LeBron's Jokic in terms of greatness, and
Yeah.
he might actually be a top 5 player of all time, but he's still not LeBron.
Yeah.
And in baseball, like, I guess you can't do that. And the closest person to any of these sports that we're living in right now, we're in a great era for sports, is either McDavid in hockey, and tennis has a couple of them, right? With Alcaraz and Sinner. Neither of those guys in hockey are touching Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal. And I love those guys to watch those people
Yeah.
in tennis. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
And McDavid is nowhere near Gretzky. Gretzky's
Yeah.
look at Gretzky.
I
Gretzky.
know.
It's like so we just want to push the next guy being the better than the last guy, and it's a little egregious, but it sucks when it's your guy that they're going against. Like you get defensive, you get territorial.
Hmm.
It's funny, but
Yeah.
now I feel it's dude. This is like a great weight lifted off my shoulders. I say this, and this is like what's funny is like it's at the end of this whole rant and stuff. The very first paper, I think I've said this on this podcast before, but whoever's still listening to this, the very first paper I ever wrote in college, English 101, was why Tom Brady is better than Peyton Manning, a comparative analysis. And it was like a 6-page paper. This was before Brady ever won his 4th Super Bowl. So he was stuck at 3 for 10 years. This was before they won the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. That was my freshman year of college. And I went over the stats, the TD interception ratio, the interception percentage, basically how he gets his team to the AFC Championship game every year, all that stuff. I had like a C plus on that paper. It's the worst grade I think I got in college. Like I think that I'm a nerd, but actually that's not the worst grade. I got a bad grade in a few of these douchebag classes. But yeah, but now it's funny because now there's gonna be a kid out there that says why Mahomes is better than Tom Brady. They're gonna try to make some arguments. I'm gonna say if I was a professor, 0. 0. Can't make that argument, kid. Um, do you want to finish the rest of these games up?
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess the only other game that's probably pretty notable to have like conversation on is Tampa Bay. All the other games were gross games and like were blowouts.
I will say this for Tampa Bay, and just quickly on that. That was a
Yeah,
quick one too. I mean, Todd Bowles
he needs to be fired.
should have been fired 5 years ago.
Yeah, like he needs to be fired like badly.
When they kicked the field goal on 4th and 13 with 4 minutes ago, when they're down 24-17, it made me think he doesn't know how to do math because they're
Yeah,
probably going to get the ball back because they're playing Tyler Shuck, but it makes you still have to get a touchdown. But the touchdown makes you win instead of tie it up. You still have to get in the end zone.
yeah,
You get the ball
yeah,
back regardless. It means nothing if you get the ball back there or now. Like if you get the touchdown there, you still get the ball back again. Only difference is you get the ball back to win the game instead of tie the game.
yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess.
If
Yeah,
the
you
Saints
still.
drive down and score kick a field goal, okay, now you have a touchdown to tie the game, but you have no time because they'd have to get like 3 first downs to be able to kick that field goal, and then you'd have no time because there's 4
Yeah.
minutes. You just can do the idea like time. It made no sense.
They
Baker
should have
played
fired
bad.
him this year and hired Liam Cohen.
Yeah,
Like looking back, hindsight, like he should have got his shot to be the head guy in Tampa.
you don't say. Yeah, they're gonna
It's
regret that.
yeah, because he looks like he's a good coach. I mean, we already talked about Jacksonville, but like
You think?
they're competitive. I mean, he has Trevor Lawrence, who's hit or miss, but they look like a good team. Todd Bowles,
My
they
problem with
should
Todd
never
Bowles,
start
dude, is I think that's been said by many people before, but Todd Bowles is expressionless. I wish they had Hard Knocks following their team because I'd
Yeah,
love to hear what he sounds like in a meeting or when he's actually mad. Because it feels like I could do this podcast with Todd Bowles instead of you, Darren. Maybe like Todd Bowles is the dumbest coach in football. He doesn't know how to do addition.
Yeah.
And he'd be sitting there like, well,
We could just have him in here.
yeah, we could just have Todd Bowles here, and he would just be like, "Oh, okay." He doesn't care.
He sits there like this.
He's always scowling. He's always mad. He's always scowling. He doesn't ever. He smiles after his team gets like a game-winning sack. That's it. He sometimes smiles at the end of games, but throughout the game, you could cut his head. It doesn't seem like he ever talks. Like I never see when they flash him. He's never speaking into the headset. He's always just like
He looks
looking.
confused every like time something bad happens. Like it's like there'll be a fumble or an interception. He's like,
So
how
how'd that
the heck?
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at what we're losing? Huh.
Hmm.
It's fourth down. I don't think his
Yeah.
headset works.
Yeah, they cut it off. It's just random people talking to him.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Bucks have given him schizophrenia. They just have random voices talking to him in his headset. Just say, Tyler Shuck is fine. If the Saints don't get a quarterback in this draft, I would not be mad. Like I'm serious.
he's
Like
not that bad.
my funniest take was, I like the Saints because Tyler Shuck's a good guy. He's actually a fine quarterback too. Out of all the rookies, is Cam Ward's fine, and then he's also fine. I don't like any of the other guys. Other games, we'll just very, very, very quickly. Seahawks have a defense that, as long as Sam Darnold does not mess up, they're going to be the hardest team to beat in the NFC.
Yeah.
I don't think they play. I think they play the Rams next week, or yeah. Oh my, no, they play the Colts. Okay, so they're gonna beat the Colts.
Yeah.
And then they play the Rams Thursday Night Football on December 18th.
Yeah.
That might be you know what? We might have to do 3 podcasts on that week. I did 3 this week. We might have to do a Thursday night, December 18th podcast that night. We might have to get one going. Honestly. That's a big game. I love the Seahawks defense.
I do too.
They're like the Texans and them. Those are the teams. You don't want to play them, even if you could beat them. The Texans don't have the offense that the Seahawks do, though. They have 5, I think it showed on the screen today, 4 or 5 30-point halves. The rest of the NFL has 6.
JSN is now past Jonathan Taylor, and he's now a clear heavy favorite for Offensive Player of the Year.
I was at the casino this week, and I was staring at Offensive Player of the Year, and I was so close to just putting 100 on Gibbs and JSN, because I think one of those guys is winning it. Gibbs was like 18-1, and so I really wanted to bet that because he's a better running back, and he's gonna have better. And JSN is, I don't know.
Gibbs is second odd.
Well, yeah, Taylor's out. They're not gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, Taylor's out. Gibbs has the second best odds at plus 600. JSN is now minus 370.
Oh, you could have got JSN like plus 4,000 like a few weeks ago, dude. Like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Oh my god. Yeah, I almost bet him like at plus 350 or something like that because I don't remember the exact odds. I wish I would have. Okay, duh. What else? Oh, the Dolphins Jets. I bet the Jets today purely based off of weather. So Tua was 13 for 21, 120 yards. The unfortunate thing was Tyrod Taylor got hurt in like the first drive of the game. He threw a pick, and their backup quarterback was not Justin Fields. I didn't even know he was hurt still. It was Brady Cook. Brady Cook. Who is that? Have you ever heard that name?
Nope. Never
Brady
heard of that.
Cook or Brady Cook? Go ahead and look up Brady Cook on Google right now. How is this guy in the NFL? He played in Missouri. Undrafted. How are you an undrafted free agent rookie playing in the NFL? This is like our 3rd guy this year that's done this.
Wow.
How is this happening?
Did he play good?
No. He did not. He played about as bad as you'd imagine.
14 of 30. He threw the ball 30 times. I cannot imagine him going into this week. He had prepped much to play to quarterback this offense, and have 30 pass attempts is crazy.
Did he even know he was a backup?
It's a good question.
I didn't know. Like, usually you know who the backup is. I did not know he was a backup quarterback. I would not have put money on them. We talked about the Vikings comments real quick. That was fine. Whatever. Daniel should not have played. R.I.P. Zach Ertz. That was bad. Rams, Cardinals. Good bounce back for the Rams. Stafford stat padded a bit.
Yep.
Puka did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
And then the last Broncos, they won, whatever. And
Titans.
Pickett came in again. And then of course I saved this one for last. Titans, Browns. Shador 364 is so funny. They lost the game they had a 2-point conversion to win the game. He was not on the field for that, and it was a misplayed reverse double pass. It was kind of like a Philly
Yeah.
special. It was such a funny misplay on that.
Yeah. I don't know if the whole team knew what they were doing.
I think it was like 6 players thought it was one thing, 5 thought it was another.
Because it
Yeah, how many players do you think knew what was going on? How many do you think didn't? Over under 4.5. Neither
I don't
play.
know, dude.
Well,
Yeah,
regardless,
that didn't
Shador
really
also led the team in rushing, which is funny because now everybody's going to be saying, look at how good he's been against the Tennessee Titans. So what this leads me to say is we got a real good chance next week to bet against Cleveland. You hear me, Darren, on that?
Yeah. So I'm watching this play back again. Yeah, dude, nobody knew what was going on in that play. That play was horrendous.
Now, can you tell me what the odds are against them in Chicago?
Chicago's 7.5-point favorites.
Okay. We're gonna throw everything we have on Chicago and teases. That's a free line. Buffalo plays them the week after, and that's another thing we're gonna do. We're gonna bet everything on Buffalo. This might just think we're just gonna double it up. Just money line the team. Terrible odds, whatever. Put
like that.
$5,000 on the Bears, and then $9,000 on the Bills,
I like that a lot.
and then whatever it is on the Steelers. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Chiefs are dead.
They are dead.
Goliath has been slayed by the stone and the slingshot.
Horrible.
And yeah, great weekend of football.
It really was. It was a great weekend of football. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
As did
I
I.
really did.
And the beer.
And the beers kept the beers flowing all weekend, dude.
What about the voices? The voices in your head. How'd they feel?
They were flowing.
You hear the voices? They talk to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear voices in my head. You watched WWE this weekend, or what'd you watch? What else? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I wasn't locked in on WWE this weekend, dude. Which it was.
Just. Well, we're gonna get going. It's about time to watch Landman and some of these other shows. I love Landman, dude. It's heating up. You been watching?
I still gotta watch the first season. Oh,
Dude, I swear to God, I'm gonna beat the
I gotta
hell
lock
out of
in
you.
on it. I know.
Texas Tech won their conference championship, and all I could think about was Billy Bob. Made me so happy for him. But okay, yeah, we're gonna be back. I think Greg's gonna be back. If not, I think Greg's gonna be back on this one, the next one. If not, we're gonna be
better.
running duos. Maybe Benny. Who knows? He said he wants back in. He's been begging.
He's
I
begging.
said, you got to change your last name to like Calaspaso or something.
He's got to be Italian.
I know. We need the third has to be Italian. It's from the rules of this podcast. We have a few ground rules. But okay, Darren. Nice to see you.
As always.
Congrats to your Packers. Congrats to my my gambling wallet, and
Yes.
congrats to the Patriots for holding down the most consecutive division titles, and that record doesn't seem to be broken anytime soon. Maybe your Packers will break it. I think they need to win 11 years in a row, 12 years in a row.
I know.
They're on the up and up.
Trending in the right direction.
Congrats.